going on, guys? It's me, Rob, aka Flightsimtoday, and today we're going to be discussing career modes. Now, I know a lot of you, just like me, get into the sim and start flying a few flights and then think, where else can I go? How can I actually add some kind of meaning to everything? So I'm going to show you in this video how I both simulate my airline career and my GA everyday flying career. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, to simulate my airline transport career, I use a paid program from Simbit World called A Pilot's Life, and this can be found on the Sim Marketplace for €1943. Now, it's a super neat program, has more than 300 airlines included, with real up-to-date schedules and fleets. You can fly multi-hubs if the airline has them, with multi-legs to places I never would have flown myself, so it's really handy for that. You get salaries, basically everything you need to simulate your airline career. So once you've got the program, what does the application look like? Well, let's take a look. So here's the program, as you see in front of you. Now, there's a few things that are different because I'm logged in and I've used it before than when you will get on there the first time. When you first log in to the software, you are jobless. You are a nobody. You're straight out of flight school. And depending on where your location is, will dictate what jobs are offered to you. Now, in my example here, based in the UK, and obviously using Microsoft Flight Simulator with the Airbus, EasyJet was a no-brainer for me. And for those that don't know, EasyJet do actually offer a lot of jobs out to first-time pilots out of flight school. So I accepted it. Now, talking about jobs in the job market, as you'll see, you've got the rating. So the less experienced you are, the harder it's going to be for an Aer Lingus, for example, to get a job there. Let's not say you can't, but you may not get it. But you can apply. It gives you all the information about the airline that you would need, and you can apply. And it's not an instant response like in the real world. You apply for a job, you have to wait, a couple of days, real world days, to get a response back if you accept it or not. You also have job offers. So these are airlines that are recruiting, and they've said, would you like to come and fly for us? So CityJet, BMI Regional. Again, some of these do not exist anymore in the real world, unfortunately, but you get the idea. And then once you have your job role in flights, you'll have to generate your schedule. And up here, what would be, you can select the hub. So there's a drop-down box where you can select the hub you want to fly it out of. In my example here, I've selected Liverpool as my main hub to fly out of in this schedule. Previously, I was flying out of Manchester. So you see in my logbook, all these flights. These are real-world flights that are flown by EasyJet with their call signs, and all the information I've used. And then when we've generated the schedule, that's it. You've got the schedule. You can skip them, but you've got to fly them in this order. Neat thing I like about it as well, it gives you the time of day, because like everything, I tend to fly in the day. You just default that to look out the window, but you miss a lot of night lighting and sunsets because you don't really know, again, where do you fly to, what time do you fly. So I try and fly on the times that this lists as well. But you get here, from Liverpool to Jersey, Jersey to Liverpool, Liverpool to Berlin, Berlin back to Liverpool, Liverpool Schiphol, Schiphol to Manchester, Manchester to Belfast, Belfast back to Liverpool, Liverpool, Jersey, Jersey, Liverpool, Liverpool, Barcelona, Barcelona to Manchester, Manchester, Belfast, Belfast to Liverpool. So there you go. So there's your schedule to fly within the sim. Current flights. So as you can see in my first one, I had Liverpool to Jersey. So it gives you a call sign here. So Easy 59 Golf Romeo. The current weather. You can select the aircraft. So again, we don't have an A319, but we have an A320, and you can use the real aircraft with the real reg numbers. So you can pick one and go with that. And then also it links up to SimBrief. So those that don't know, depending on when you watch this video, I plan on recording a video around generating IFR flight plans in SimBrief, but also it may already be up on the channel, so check it out. But SimBrief, it will populate all the fields automatically for you that it can based off this, and then you can just generate the flight plan. And then once you're in the sim, set at the gate, everything's turned off, just hit start flight, and that's it. It starts tracking the flight. Once you've landed, everything's shut down, you can end flight, and it's done. And it tracks everything for you, gives you all the information. Couple of little things. You got the shop. I've not used it yet, but you can buy, with the money you're making, because you will get paid at the end of each month. So for all the flights you do, just like the real world, you get your salary at the end of the month, or the first of the month, I think it may be, and get paid for the flights that you've made. And then you can basically go and buy things from the shop. Certain things give you more XP, they give you more money. Yeah, you get the idea from this here. But that's it in a nutshell. This is literally how I simulate my airline career. Currently with EasyJet, I may move around as I get more experience, because I'm still junior first officer on here, and going for that first officer role. So yeah, SimBit world, a part's life if you want to sim your airline. But what if you want to sim more GA and everyday flights? Well, let's take a look. Okay, so here we have the way that we can simulate a career in more of a GA everyday perspective. And that's using FS Economy. And FS Economy is completely free. Now, due to the fact that Microsoft Flight Simulator has recently launched and everybody's learning about FS Economy now, everybody is trying to register. At the moment, they've had to disable new registrations. That's posted the 29th of August. Today is the 14th of September. So they're just inundated. But it's a really neat service, which is, like I say, it's completely free. And so the basic concept of FS Economy is that players use aircraft to move virtual passengers or cargo. You can have your own aircraft, you can own it, you can rent it, you can have your own FBO that has flights going in and out that you select, making money that way. But the idea is you just flying jobs, owning aircraft, just every day, just if you just want to hop into an aircraft and fly and generate some income, whatever, it's your world. And it's an ever-changing world. That's the neat thing about it. You can fly an aircraft, say, from Liverpool to London City. That aircraft at London City can get picked up by another player. That's then flown elsewhere. I've had aircraft where all of a sudden I'll be in Wales somewhere, and I'm renting an aircraft that I fully flew a month ago. And I'm like, oh, so it's moving around. Things are ever-changing all the time, every day on here. So it's an ever-breathing virtual world within the flight sim. And to get there, you just go to fseconomy.net and sign up once the registrations are open from there. And once you're in there, you land on obviously the home screen here, and it's pretty neat. I'm going to have a video coming up very, very soon on FS Economy. If it's not already up yet, it will be soon, and how I generate my flights and how we fly them. So I won't go into great detail here, but essentially you'll see, let's just click on this one for example. So here we had a flight from Echo Golf Hotel to Echo Golf Delta Juliet. It only took 24 minutes, a quick flight, and you'll see rental costs. So we cost us $40.81 to rent the aircraft, $19.02 for fuel. The ground crew, was $113.60, so that was $132.62 in total. So once you deduct the outgoings against the income from the job, I made $962 for 24 minutes. But yeah, so it's a really neat way of finding different places to fly, making some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, like a reason to fly, and giving you a virtual world. So definitely check it out, FS Economy. Hopefully they open up the registration very soon. But essentially this is how I do my airline world and I do my GA world. These two systems. And that's it. I fly anywhere I need to without having to think about where I'm going to fly. So that said, please remember to subscribe to the video, hit that like button, and I'll see you soon.